I love unicorns on Relic Hunter. I don't know why he said that, but
Yeah, you missed the unicorn. I thought Charlie the Unicorn was really great in that movie, that show.
What?
yeah,
Charlie,
flew right over
what?
my head.
Candy Mountain. It's greatly a part on. What?
Leopleurodon, Charlie. God, that was such a. The early 2000s were a weird time to be alive. They were great, but they were a weird time to be alive.
The door.
Time that I
the
apparently
door,
missed.
The door that can see into your soul.
You're
The
not
door
missing
that
much.
can
It's
see
okay.
everything. Wow, can the door really do all that? No.
You're missing a cultural meme. Is all you're missing, and it's okay.
I've shown it later. At least parts of it.
Yeah,
I
like
don't think I saw
It's
the
been so
entire-
long since we've done a recap. Haha. We just cold open these, right?
Yeah.
I think we just did.
Ah, there we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Cheesy. No.
I bet the Charlie Unicorn was.
Okay.
Okay, if you got something else.
I mean, it is ish. I don't know where it got picked up in the recording.
Okay, fair enough. Do we start now?
Welcome everybody to this season recap.
This is, we'll just run with it. Sure.
Ooh.
It's been a
Yeah.
long season.
Pilot season, yeah. 9 whole show pilots.
9 plus the
Oh.
10 of, I guess, the recap. Does the recap count?
I mean, it's in the playlist, right? No, it's its own playlist. No, it is part of the playlist.
It's for the seasonal playlist.
If you're talking about
There we go.
YouTube playlists, it's in there.
There you go. But it's not part of the numbered stuff. So 9 podcast bonus recap.
Okay.
We're gonna go
Sure.
right in here, fellas. Favorite character? Go.
My
Holy
favorite character
cow.
is the character that starts down the line. With me today, we have.
Hello, I'm a character called the Geeky Writer. I'm one of the hosts.
Of course, it was.
And I'm Sprinks. You look up Cheap Seat Critics podcast on socials. You'll find us somewhere. Thanks for a follow and like and comment. And boy, do we love you. Okay. Anyway, Ryder, your question again?
Yeah, I was asking your favorite characters for the season outside of us. I know we're all caricatures of ourselves, but
Sorry, I want to make sure we followed. We didn't lose it. Hey, people could be tuning in for this episode. This is the one thing they know. This is their first tune in.
Hello, welcome to the recap. We're very unstructured here, usually.
Well, for the question, this is strictly for their appearances within pilots, right? Because some of us have experience extending further past the pilot on some of these shows.
Damn it.
Indeed so.
Because I think I already gave an answer to Ryder.
You probably did, if it's the person I'm thinking of from Riverdale.
Fred Andrews. Fred Andrews, best character. Isolated to pilots only?
Yeah. That's what I'd say that anyways.
It might still be Fred Andrews. It might
wow,
still, yeah.
I thought you'd say Pomni or something.
No.
Or Jax.
I'm definitely not. I like Fred. I think he's great, but he's in a bad show, which elevates him to being great. So I'm not going to pick him, unfortunately.
The surroundings make him look better.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, which is a good character. Makes him stand out better.
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly, I didn't know that you and Biomon, which was our guest this season, had a poster of Fred Andrews specifically.
Yes, we did. Best guy. Best character.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Crimson, go.
See, this is a tough one because a lot of these characters don't really stand out to me too much. It's definitely not Sydney from Relic Hunter.
Oh, that's weird.
It's I know it's a little odd. It's nobody from Riverdale.
That's not a character in that show, but okay.
Hey, nobody from Riverdale. Stan,
Okay.
His humor hit me, as bad as that may look like. I'm also on the fence with Holt in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but
You
it's
brought up
between one of
in
them.
Stan that there aren't many characters made that way anymore.
Yeah, this is why I kind of gravitate towards it. It's rare. Oh, as a protagonist, you see them as the scumbag antagonist, bully jerks, bad guys all the time. But you never see them as the protagonist.
So I'll answer. I'll answer the question now. I love Freerin, but in relation to pilot alone, it's probably between Holt and Pomni for me.
That's interesting. I thought Holt would be a guarantee.
Holt is great.
Pomni's up there, huh?
Holt is great. But in relation to like episode one, my love for Holt is very much built on a nostalgic foundation as well because I actually watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine with family and stuff like that. It was one of our sitcom shows we all got to have family nights around. So, and Holt is just funny, I love him. But I think Pomni, in regards to the first episode, in isolation, I think there's more going on with Pomni that elevates her to that level. If you're going to put a gun to my head and make me choose, I'm picking Holt. But Pomni's pretty close.
Right.
I'm glad we don't have any firearms on the set to do that, so you're good.
Don't worry.
You're still kicking.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll grab a sword and hold it to my neck until I answer the question.
I guess we can do the opposite of least favorite character because I think that one's going to be harder for us. Because there's some stinkers in this season in terms of characters.
That's true.
And, yeah, I mean, we got all of Riverdale in here. We got our favorite characters in Relic Hunter.
If
Can't forget about the cousin lover and
subjective and objective, ooh boy, that definitely throws the Riverdale characters in there for me.
Let's make it harder.
Yeah, because I'll since you brought up the question, I'm not afraid to kind of tackle this first since I went last time. Now I see the thing about the Riverdale characters. I hate a lot of them, but the issue with that is again this is related to just the first episode, and I think there are characters worse than the Riverdale characters in this season. Well, I don't think many of them are great. I might pick Sydney from Relic Hunter.
Sydney is an interesting character for sure.
She's an interesting caricature. I agree.
I feel like she's elevated a bit more than just caricature. She's not like Indy and Laura Croft. She's kind of her own.
Oh man, this fountain's too moo. There must be another
one. Well, didn't the guy say that though?
No, that was her. She said that.
What did the guy say that I said was dumb that he said? Neil? No. Nigel. I still can't get his name. Nigel. Gosh, Nigel. I had so much trouble in the podcast. Nigel.
You still are.
Yeah, it's I'm not learning.
It's your Himmel, is what it is.
Yeah.
You're still getting his name wrong even in your summary, Springs.
yes. Coming from Mads Mardigan over there.
Yeah, I know. We all have our days, okay?
Yeah.
So we're not laughing at you, we're laughing with you.
Mine might
and
be
Cerberus Snape.
Yeah, sure. Mine might be what Ricky in Friday the 13th? The guy, the cousin.
Oh, yeah. See, Ricky is such a bad character. I actually forgot he existed. Yeah, I'm gonna change my answer. Ricky's worse than Sydney.
Oh man, both my choices. Who would have thunk?
Ricky's pretty bad.
Ricky's
and he's
bad.
a tag-along the whole time to Michelle. Is that her name?
Listen,
Mickey.
Well,
that sounds.
He called her something else, but that
Mickey.
Mike. Yeah, Mickey. Okay, it was short. Mickey was the short. Got it.
Look, I like my irregular anime romance as much as the next person, but nah, I'm good, dog. I'd still pick Ricky.
yeah, for me, I mean, Riverdale is a stinker of a show, but the pilot, I don't think has many egregious characters yet
Jason Blossom.
established. Uh, so for me, it's going to be Owl House's. Is it Luce? Is that what her name was?
The main kid.
The, yeah,
Yeah,
is that Luce? Yeah, Luce. She was very annoying throughout the whole thing, and yeah, I didn't like her because of how annoying she was.
Yeah, her sense of humor doesn't lie with me, but I wouldn't put her at worst character for me. I'm trying to think. On the Riverdale side of things, I think you and I had a long back and forth, Springs, about the worst character of the first of that first episode. It's probably Archie, isn't it?
Um. Maybe. I remember I talked about Archie's acting, that it didn't express a lot of emotion in his dilemma of deciding things, but I don't know if that made him the worst character.
It might be the Pussycats. That was really unnecessary.
Josie. That might be a good, yeah. That might hold more.
For first episode, yeah.
What an unwelcoming introduction to a character.
Yeah. By the way, before I forget, Crimson, what was your thoughts on Riverdale?
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you mentioned it because both of you were present while I was watching it.
Yeah, and we weren't going to let you get away with it. That was again.
Yeah, so we've watched it twice now.
Well, more than that for us, but
yeah, this marks the second time I've seen the pilot of Riverdale. Once a long time ago, where I don't know if season 2 had even come out yet. I don't remember, but it was a long time ago. But yeah, I saw it with you guys, and it was surprising how much I did remember, and surprising how much I didn't remember at the same time. It was interesting. And it's still not good. Who would have guessed I would have said that?
Who would have thunk?
Yeah. I will say, looking at it objectively, though, there weren't too many flaws with it, surprisingly, that I could think of. I haven't listened to your guys' coverage, so I don't know if there's a lot of points that I missed. I wasn't taking notes or looking at it super detailed because we were just watching it for fun. I wasn't going to cover it in depth. But I figured you guys might ask a numbers, so I came up with some that are likely to change if I were to take notes on it. Subjectively, I have it at a 4.5. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not good in terms of my enjoyment. Lots of drama, but it is CW, so that's par for the course. And objectively, I did 7.5. Even though a lot of it's like built up drama, they set up the reasons to why the drama is there. It's just heightened, and the characters are stupid, so that their actions usually make sense with it because of that trait of stupidity. But I don't. You guys were kind of Biomon rated it quite low objectively. I don't really know his scale though. I haven't listened to your guys' coverage.
He didn't like it.
No,
that's how he expressed it. It was a bad show.
Yeah, but he saw a good portion of the show, right? He saw it along with you guys.
Yes, he got up to with us,
night.
so he got up to season 4.
Yeah, I think he stopped a little bit before us, but yeah, he got pretty close to where he ended up.
We've all seen the first 3 seasons. I know that.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess that's my bit for Riverdale. I mean, Archie still sucks. Character and visual. I can't stand looking at him. I'm sorry for whoever the actor is, but I can't stand
KJ
it.
Apa.
Yeah,
I think he's from New Zealand.
It's like an offense to my eyes, and I don't really know why.
New Zealand is a funny place. God put it on the planet so we could make Lord of the Rings, and it gave us Archie. Riverdale.
It gave us the Kiwi birds. Best thing come out of there. Ignore Lord of the Rings.
Funny enough, on the Kiwi birds, I had to write an essay for that on my one of my college classes like a semester and a half ago now. Kiwi birds,
Interesting.
funny animals.
Indeed. Don't know if you guys have any questions for me regarding Riverdale, or if I covered it pretty much.
See,
Sure,
I
if you
feel
have
like
to pick a best character from Riverdale.
Oh man. Um, let's see. Betty is not intolerable. Intolerable? Yeah. Um, is it gonna be Betty? She's the blonde one, yes.
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, Veronica's the new, old, the rich, old popular one.
Veronica Lodge.
Yeah,
The,
I'll say
the, the, the
Betty.
safe the safe bet here is just say Fred Andrews, but
I mean, yes.
Sure,
Could say Jughead.
Papa.
but Betty. Okay.
Oh, I'm not gonna say Chuck. Uh, yeah, you know what? Sure, I'll go with you guys. I'll go with Papa.
Yeah,
He- yeah,
yeah, Fred Andrews.
he's a nice guy.
Good dad.
Gotta love
Good
nice
character.
guys. Yeah, you've swayed me from my not caring response to somewhat caring response.
I'm sorry. I worked so hard to convince you. It was.
Yeah, oof.
You could feel the
Really
effort.
rake me over the coals for that.
I interrupted you, Springs. You were going to ask him something potentially.
I was just gonna say, I think the questions we had for Crimson were asked after we viewed it, and I can't remember what they were.
Oh, well, right. I guess we need to write them down next time. I guess I don't remember any.
But hey, audience, if you have any questions for Crimson, let us know down in the comments.
Yeah, I give them to me.
Community interaction.
What was. What was the most unique pilot to you this season?
Unique pilot.
Like, what was something that you didn't expect? Like,
So
in the
there's
sense of
more like how it grabbed me or didn't grab me, or how it affected me. It was surprising.
how it grabbed you or didn't grab you. Like, it was something that turned you off because it was not something you were used to, or something you were interested in because it was unique.
Okay. I think it's between two of them. Brooklyn Nine-Nine surprised me because, as I said in our coverage, I didn't know it was a comedy. So that was a kind of surprise to get that,
Mm-hmm.
and I ended up liking the humor they were going with. And then my other one would be Amazing Digital Circus. I thought I was going to be annoyed by it, purely based off the Owl House choice that was before it from Springs. Just seeing the beginning of it, I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm going to get similar vibes, but I didn't, and that was a good thing that I didn't have similar vibes with Owl House.
Yeah. I'd probably pick Amazing Digital Circus or Stand Against Evil.
Yeah, why stand against evil?
Because it's a show that I expected to like, just based on the premise.
Yeah, I didn't expect you to dislike it.
Yeah, neither did I, to
That
be
was a
honest.
surprise.
Springs.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it. I think my answer is Digital Circus because of just how different it is, which kind of gives me a little bit of that feel when we covered The Kid in the Camera of something that feels older or tailored to the identity of old things, but it's modern made, and how it expresses a story that's very contextually different from what one would expect.
Yeah, I can agree with that. And, completely different from like even our short season where we started getting a little more on the experimental side with our shorts choices and everything. Um, it's definitely a standout choice. That one for sure.
Yeah, and I guess as of now, episode 2's come out. Don't know how many have. I've seen it as of this recording, but
I have also seen it. I was going to bring that up later. But I guess it
I
makes sense
have
here.
not, because I'm explicitly holding off seeing it in case it's picked again for the podcast.
Smart. Smart move.
I want to see it, mind you, but I have decided to hold off because I figured that both of you wouldn't hold back.
Yeah, I will say some of our questions are answered. New questions posed. That's all I can really get into, I suppose.
Sweet.
Nice rhyme.
Donka. Springs, you got something to throw out there?
Like a question?
I don't know. Points? Question? Anything. It's a recap.
What was it? It was, I did have something. Writer, shoot, what was it? Writer liked Relic Hunter like 200% more than Stan.
Oh. Yes, with those numbers.
Stan was so that by that numbers, I put Stan at 2, right, subjectively, which means I probably put Runter at 6.
You started Relic Hunter at a 4, I think, and then you changed it to a 5.
Yeah, that sounds right. I'm probably going to be moving a lot of my subjectives around, depending on how much Crimson wants to dig into my subjective with questions later on. Though I do want to move some of them around anyway.
Sure. Then I'll post the big question of the surprise or observational ratings. Frank's kind of already threw out an observational rating. Do one of you want to? Well, I guess Ryder, you should do it.
Yeah, I've already volunteered pretty much.
Yeah.
All right. I've been thinking a lot about because I've been thinking about some of my previous ratings. I'm probably I've been a lot of it came down to subjectively of what would I prefer to be angry, annoyed, or bored. You know, and
I
it's
mean, that's
kind of
true.
where
You gave the pitch. Sorry for interrupting. You gave the pitch of when we did the Harry Potter character tier list of your take on Umbridge, of a character that you dislike because of hating, rather than the love to hate sense.
Yeah, I objectively understand she's an extremely well written character. I don't have any love to hate for her. I just disliked her. Yeah. So I've been kind of balancing that in my head for a while. I think I'd rather be bored than angry. Uh, so I think I have moved this rating before, but I'll move it again, just in case. Uh, Secret Garden is probably going to be moved to a 4. I still haven't rewatched it, so it's going to be moved to a 4. I think
the
Stand
2.
Against Evil is probably at a 2.5 because I think I enjoyed Stand vs Evil more than I did Thunder Force. Stand Against Evil. But I think it was a narrow margin, and it also doesn't help that I did Stand Against Evil during finals week, so maybe that one is really just of the time error for me on the subjective rating. But that's what I can think of off the top of my head. I know I had like another 2 that I wanted to move around. What was my rating for Friday the 13th subjective?
4.
That was it. Sorry, I said Relic Hunter versus Stan. It was Friday the 13th and Stan. That was the 200 difference.
Okay. Yeah, that could stay to 4, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You liked Friday the 13th, the series, twice as much as Stan.
Yeah. I still think I stand by that. I just because Stand Against Evil is a weird one for me because I can't really explain why I didn't enjoy it. It has all the makings of like the stupid dumb tropes that I would normally like in like comedic slash in the same way that Scary Movie works sometimes, you know? I had a anyway, that's my feelings towards Stand Against Evil. It's surprising for me because it's something I expected to enjoy and I just found myself not enjoying it.
Parody horror.
Yeah. And I'm assuming, do you have any deeper questions regarding that, Crimson? Because I'm open to discussing that
I
as much
did
as
deep
possible.
dive into your ratings to compare. I did do that. And Thunder Force was indeed one of the ones I was going to use as an example. So you already took that one into account. Some other ones that I think it might just because they were in our early days and we were still figuring out our scales. But looking at them now, I feel like they might be outliers. You have Obi-Wan at a 4 subjectively. And I didn't know if that's in line with some of these things.
No, that's dropping to at least a 3. Might be in a 2.5. That show fucking sucks and it pisses me off.
The Halo pilot you had at a 4 subjectively.
That one I did get a love to hate sense though. With
Friday the 13th, but higher than Stan.
It makes me want to lower Friday the 13th because I actually quite like that at 4. I'll keep it there.
And then
that one is more transitioning love to hate than Star Wars. Obi-Wan I just outright hated. So Halo was weird because it was a love to hate thing because it's not the same universe, so I'm able to quantify it away. They explicitly say it's a different universe, so it helps a lot immensely.
Okay. And the last example one I had was Doctor Strange. Did you recall what you gave that one?
That's a 5, right?
6.
Oh, well, I'm dropping that to a 5.
Okay.
It's also familiarly love to hate for that one. Because that's, for me, that was a clear sign the MCU was dead. And it was just kicking a dead horse at that point for a few more movies until a lot of other people were brought on board with that. Now, I hope they can save it, but it's still, for me, it's still the real starting point of it.
Okay. And I guess my other point I was going to be going towards was another one of yours for Riverdale. Because I haven't heard the coverage yet, I was curious about 6.5 because that seemed a little low based off of my coverage, and I was curious what pushed it to a 6.5 for you.
And that's on objective.
You mean objective?
What did I say? Objective.
You didn't. That's why I specified. But I think both of my ratings are 6.5.
Your subjectives is 6.
Okay. Actually, funny enough, a lot of my issues with Riverdale's pilot has little to do with the plot, the world building, and the characters. It's actually to do with the actual dialogue writing, which all those things sprout out of. So I don't have any issues with the way the traits that come out of the dialogue. But I have issues with the delivery in the sense of the dialogue just needed to be reworked. I feel like the dialogue needs to be reworked constantly while watching the fucking show. There was only one scene where I would consider to be perfect in terms of dialogue, and that was Fred Andrews and Archie's scene. But that was the one thing that kept sticking in my head. Is just the dialogue was not good. It's conveying all the important things like characters, plot, and world building, but the dialogue is attached to all those things as how those are being conveyed, and that's why it ended up dropping as low as it did.
Okay. And I realized I had a lot of surprise ratings. Sprinks, I have one for you.
Okay. Well, before we get to me, I just want to touch on what Ryder brought up on his subjective for a sec. So you'd rather be bored than angry. So if you gave something a subjective 1, would that equate? Thank you. Equate to you just being livid at what it is you watched.
What did you say? So sorry. I'm not sure I understood the question.
So your subjective rate, you said you'd rather be bored than angry. So that's why some numbers have been moved around. So if you gave something a subjective 1, would you be actually like livid and pissed at what you just watched, opposed to if you were just that like you watch something and you're like that was
No.
entirely boring, it would be
So
higher.
no. So okay. If I were to give something a 1, it just means I felt nothing,
Okay.
or I was really really livid, and pissed. But
Crimson, do you have subjective score of Velma?
I guess.
Yeah, let me pull that up. I believe that was a 1.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to hold myself to as much consistency over my subjective scale because
yes,
it's based on feeling.
Velma was a 1.
Um, so I'm totally
And
gonna
Marcy's
understand.
Moms.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with there being some inconsistency in my subjective scale because I don't hold myself to as high as a standard with that particularly. Um, yes, I think those are fitting for ones. They certainly made me livid, uh, and like I said, I don't know if I want to commit to that being bored over livid. I think it's two different emotions that like uh,
Okay,
are
but
kind of
two negative
opposite ends.
emotions that can incorporate to something lower than a 5.
Yeah. So like yeah, I'd probably go with that. I think yeah, it's gonna be hard to organize the bottom uh below the order of 5 pretty much on my regarding with my personal subjective. I acknowledge that this is a problem. I know it's been one for a while. We just haven't really brought it up.
I'm just curious.
Yeah. No, that's good. I just like I don't know how to because it's all based on personal feelings. It's harder to I guess not really explain it away. It's more it's just hard to quantify as like why I felt this deserved this, you know? Because I can equally say that uh what's a good example? I can equally say that like Velma was a 1 because I fucking hated it. And I could say um
Marcy's Moms.
uh Mars Needs Moms. No, that's for the same reason. I'm trying to think of a different one. Remember Splice?
We haven't covered
We
that,
haven't
but
covered
we've
Spice.
Yeah, we've
touched on
talked
it a
about it.
little. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I have anything that's an equivalent that's coming to my head right now. Whereas Velma made me livid, Splice was a different feeling. It wasn't livid. It was more like, what the fuck am I watching? But I would still rate it very lowly, you know,
Okay.
on a subjective scale.
Okay. Just curious.
Yeah. Um, that one's like I said, I know my subjective is going to be on the more inconsistent side of things. Um,
Yeah, that
but
was the first time I really deep dived into it, which is why I had all those examples that
yeah,
stood out.
no, like I've known it's been not consistent for a while, but I'm more tending to let that go because usually the subjective is just a sign of how I feel in the moment, or having like at the point of the podcast. So I'm more inclined to not change it. Um,
Yeah, something I'll
but yeah,
just to touch on a comment you said about that. You said you'd give something a 1 if you just felt nothing. Um,
which would be true. I could see myself doing that.
okay, how would that? Because when I hear something like it feels nothing to me on my side of it, that would be a middle scale where what I just viewed didn't hold any negative emotion or positive emotion. So it'd be centered. And I know feeling nothing is completely different from boredom. They're not one and the same. Um, but just a sense like that, what would account feeling nothing versus a middle of your scale thing? Would a middle of scale have to have positives and negatives to weigh it out to be such?
Yeah, that's normally what I do. At least in my mind when I'm rating something subjective. Uh, the middle of my scale tends to be uh, something where it's a mixture of positive and negative things, pretty much.
Okay.
Things you enjoyed, things you didn't enjoy.
Okay. If it didn't convey a feeling across, then do you see that as not achieving a goal to limit it to 1 versus a middle of a scale?
Well,
I'm trying to think
often the
why the
point of
far negative end would account of no emotion.
yeah, well, the point of art is often to make you feel something. Mind you, this is just again, this is subjective, right? So this is
Yeah,
a personal thing. My thing with art is the intent of art in any form is supposed to make you feel something. If I felt nothing, then I would say the art failed, even if the intention is nothing.
gotcha.
Well, unless the intention of it being nothing, I guess, would have add something to it. But if it's, I felt nothing, meaning I didn't get angry, I didn't get happy, I didn't get sad, I don't remember
You
anything about it.
existed.
Not
Yeah,
even
it's like
bored.
yeah, not even bored. Then yeah, that tends to one to me because then it's failed in quote unquote as an art piece.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we've covered anything that has tried to be nothing.
And it's true. I mean, I don't think I've seen anything that else would have failed at being so hard at trying to do something that in every direction.
The first thing
Um,
that immediately came to mind of being nothing is a boy in his Adam. But even that has
That
positive
would be the
sides to it.
closest. But yeah, but there's a lot of creative intent
Yeah.
involved with it and stuff.
Okay.
yeah,
Just hey, good to know and learn more about writer's subjective.
yeah,
Yeah, a new topic.
Now
yeah.
with
Feel
that,
free to
Crimson,
dig
I
into it into the
guess,
future.
yeah, Crimson, I guess you're good to go now with what you had to ask.
All right. Uh, it's to piggyback what I said in Relic Hunter. I brought up the example of Tomb Raider because you gave Relic Hunter a 5, and I'm like, uh, and then after you said that, I interjected saying if you thought it was better than Tomb Raider, and you said no, and then I told you Tomb Raider, you gave a 4.5 objectively, and then you pondered for a couple seconds, said, "Oh well, I must have said something to give it a 4.5." I would like to pick your brain more on that instead of just you assuming you were correct. Then I didn't know if you went back and checked your own words
I
because
did
you
not.
immediately contradicted yourself
I did.
in that statement, saying it's worse than Tomb Raider, but then you're like, "Oh, I'm sticking to my guns with Tomb Raider," even though you just said it's worse than Tomb Raider.
No, you're right. Definitely right. I did not go back and listen to my own words, but I sense in both coverage of how much time in a whole episode was covered of them to get to a score that I gave them both their scores for a reason. But the initial just question, I guess, I just went to the overarching, not idea, but the overarching just franchise ish of Relic Hunter versus Tomb Raider and how I greatly enjoy Tomb Raider more. Not so much of Lara Croft Tomb Raider coverage, single movie, to Relic Hunter pilot. Um, so unfortunately, I still will keep both at the same scores because I have not gone back to my own words and listened. And I don't want to change that on account of something I said in the past. That I'm not
I
too
want to change it based off of something you said in the past.
of that I'm
Okay.
not familiar with at this moment now. So both will stay at their remaining scores.
Okay. I'll bookmark it. I'll bring it up next recap then. Hopefully, there's enough time for you to
Okay.
do that. That's it for my surprise ratings or observations. Did you have any, Franks, other than the 200% thing?
No, just
It
how
was kind of before
low
the
one
question was
number
posed.
was of disliking. Um, Crimson, being that you're the uh, categorizer
Batman.
of all the scores and
Yeah.
everything, could you bring up a writer's subjective rating for The Evil Dead?
Yeah, I can do that.
Because to me, Stand Against Evil had that tone of Evil Dead to it, of the horror, but also like comedy effect.
Funny enough, my relation to those two is I see it as a poor imitation.
Stand's a poor imitation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all kind of agree with that. He gave it a 5, objectively and objectively.
Okay.
So yeah, he certainly enjoyed it more than double. Well, now that he adjusted it to 2.5, double,
Yeah, double. Okay.
twice as much.
Okay.
Assuming you think the 5 still fits writer for Evil Dead.
I do. I'm assuming you have any more. You have more questions to dive into that, Springs?
No. That was just curiosity because of how similar the two are in what they are.
Yeah.
Um, then again, that is connecting a full feature-length film to a TV pilot, um, which isn't fully justifying. But
Yeah. I mean, we can do that to a degree, but obviously can't go overboard with it.
no. So just a more curious on that end of it.
In
And
other news, unless we're still going with that,
I mean,
is there
I'm trying to figure out how to explain it a little bit more. I no offense to the characters in Stand Against Evil, I just found our cast of characters in Evil Dead much more charming, even though it's obviously more tropey. Um, Bruce Campbell's always a win. Um,
yeah, Pablo is a pretty good side character.
Pablo.
Uh, Pablo. Yeah.
yeah, so
Isn't
I
Pablo in
understand
the
that,
No,
like,
he's
show?
talking about the side cast.
yeah.
Well, did you say Ash or versus Evil or Evil Dead?
I said the Evil Dead. We covered the movie. The movie
Well,
coverage.
okay. I guess I just connected them because it's way closer to Ash versus Evil Dead than Evil Dead. But my bad.
Yeah, from what I do remember of Ash versus Evil Dead, the show, because I know I've seen a few episodes with you guys. Yeah, when comparing that to Standing Against Evil, I would still probably rate that higher than where Standing Against Evil is at the time being. So
Um, so we did get a comment this season
we
and
did.
Friday the 13th. So that was quite exciting. From Lady Phoenix 20. I love this TV series and super happy I have this on DVD. Also, I get to play the spot the Toronto location.
It's always a fun thing to do when watching a television show is spot the Toronto location. uh,
Oh, that's what they were saying. I had no idea what that meant.
oh
Okay.
yeah, there's a spotting. They're spotting because they do a lot of TV filming in Toronto. That's the
Yeah.
Okay. I thought they miswrote it saying like they acted in a scene in Toronto.
No.
Okay.
Location spotting.
That makes a lot more sense to me now.
Yeah, I'm happy to clear up a comment for you.
Yeah. Sorry, Lady Phoenix, for misinterpreting the comment. But thanks for leaving it.
Yes, we appreciate the comment. And happy. I hope you like our coverage of it.
Yeah. Let's see. I got I guess a little bit of cleaning up shop here. Spriggs. Uh, it was brought up in Brooklyn Nine-Nine that you were going to look up if there was an ARG of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, I did say that. Yes.
Yes. And what's the answer?
I have not looked it up.
Oh, okay.
So I
I
didn't
completely
disappoint.
forgot. Yeah, no worries. I also completely forgot. I did have a couple of facts for Brooklyn Nine-Nine that I totally forgot to give. Uh, the actress who plays Rosa Diaz, Detective Rosa in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, is Mirabelle from oh god, what is it called? It's not Encanto, is it? It's Encanto. Okay.
That is a Disney film.
Yeah, it is a Disney musical film. Uh, and Rosa Diaz voices and sings Mirabelle. Funny connection. She's playing a completely different character in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Deadpan to a singer.
Good
Yeah,
actress.
indeed. Truly a good
Versatile.
actress.
I have a question pertaining to this season being pilot centric. I have a pilot centric question. Kind of. TV show centric. We have covered 21 shows so far on the podcast. Not just pilots, shows. And I was curious what you guys would look forward to in the future in terms of covering different kinds of shows. Because there's a lot of different kinds of shows we have yet to see.
Hmm. Are we including game shows and stuff like that, or are we sticking to like the
I'll leave
story
that
drama stuff.
to you. That is a type of show, so if that's something you'd want, yeah, I'd say that counts.
Funny enough, I'm not going to lean that way.
It's gonna be so hard to judge objectively.
There is no judgment of that objectively. that's just whether you enjoyed it or not.
Yeah, you could. There's no writing. Well, it would depend on what game show.
I'm like, that's so difficult. Ooh.
It would depend on the game show. There's a lot of different kinds of game shows. But I'm glad you brought up game show because that's what I'm looking for. There's one game show I would like to show in the future, and I think it would be interesting. And it's more of a reality game show than a game show.
So, like Total Drama Island reality show or
Jersey Shore
ish. It's not like Survivor. No, not Jersey Shore. I pitched it to you guys outside the podcast before, but I don't want to drop hints for the pod and the audience.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Thinking like soap opera. I haven't touched a soap opera. And those are usually like so lengthy, so just a single episode, like how much can they cover?
I would want to do a B-roll novella.
All right, two different forms of soap opera.
Exactly.
Yeah, soap operas would be interesting because a lot of the like long running ones don't have the original episodes anymore. That they just don't exist.
That's true.
So it'd be hard to figure out where to start with, depending on which ones you would be looking for. Have
we covered a sitcom? Maybe a sitcom too.
I think the closest we've gotten is Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Brooklyn would be closest.
I guess so, yeah.
But I don't think we've covered a sitcom.
Do you want me to list those 21 we've covered?
Well, if none immediately came to any of our minds, I guess Brooklyn Nine-Nine is the closest.
Yeah, I have it written down. It would be the closest. And we'd have a lot of action adventure stuff. Okay, I guess that answered that question. That is not guaranteeing that we're picking those in the future.
No. Just brought it up.
Gotta just specify.
I'm a little. I mean, I already knew this when we all pitched our ideas, but it's funny that out of the 9 things for a pilot season, no one chose anything to do with pilots.
Yes, that was true. No, hold on. That's not true. We had the Clyde Martin brothers from The Flash. They were pilots.
Okay,
they were piloting an aircraft. No, I don't have any pilot-centric TV shows that come to mind.
I have pilot-centric miniseries that come to mind, but nothing like for a pilot for a show.
Okay.
I mean, I guess Firefly, but we did that already.
That's true. That would count.
Just something identifiable that way.
Favorite scene?
You scared me. There were words.
I know.
Favorite scene.
Favorite scene. Springs, why don't you start?
Well, I was thinking.
So am I.
Think,
Thank you
now
for taking the bullet.
Yeah. Gosh, it's a cop out. First thing that popped in my head is Fred Andrews and Archie on the porch.
I knew you were gonna say it. You're so predictable. All right,
you didn't give me a lot of time to think.
That's true.
I thought he was gonna say Digital Circus. I thought for sure there'd be a scene in there. Interesting. Man, favorite scene. It's oh man, it's kind of a lame answer. Yeah, Friday the 13th. Lewis's descent into madness before he dies in the elevator.
All the ghosts.
That's funny. That's just really
the cross.
Burns him alive! Burns him alive! What funny when the cross burned him, I went to Indiana Jones and thought of the medallion burning the villain from World War II.
Yeah. Burns into his hand.
I guess I do have a backup. Now that I've
What's your
thought
backup?
about it.
Oh, I can shoot it out there?
Well, I thought Ryder was going to go first
Oh,
to get an
okay.
original idea without inspiration from
Just
others.
an original idea. Yeah, it's probably between Brooklyn Nine-Nine or Free Run for me. Free Run, Himmel's Death would probably be a choice for me. Like I said, a really, really powerful emotional beats, and I love the animation that went with it. And then Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I love Holt's interactions with Jake, uh, specifically the one in the car, or
Record
sorry,
room?
yeah.
Hey, look, everyone! Look at what Jake's done. Bring a camera.
All right, Springs.
Yeah, my backup would be the end credit scene of Owl House, of Luz like walking around the boiling aisles. Something about it, it's just very heartwarming and I don't know, wholesome.
Right.
Valid reason. Wholesome is always a good reason. Do we have a least
How?
favorite scene?
Oh, okay. We can do that.
Just go right into the other one.
Unfortunately, I've already touched on it, but yeah, I got one.
Oh, go ahead.
We are a closed school music group. Read my lips.
Orange. Ginger Lake. Justin Ginger Lake.
Yeah,
There
Justin
we go.
Ginger Lake. That.
That's yeah, I can agree with that. That's
From
pretty
Riverdale. Ugh.
fucking annoying.
Oh, let's see.
Uh,
Owl House. I got it. The big reveal that the warden is just crushing on the witch.
ooh.
Totally ruined it. Absolutely took it out for me. So that is my least favorite scene. I was originally thinking Relic Hunter with the harmonizing vocals to deactivate the sand trap, but the warden bit.
I think I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with the sand trap. From Relic Hunter. Bad.
So dumb. So dumb.
While we stand here in the sand going that we won't move, that we can get on top of, we'll just get buried and reminisce.
Reminiscing was good. I liked that
That's
part.
true. The reminiscing was good.
Even though it was the guy, I forget the guy's name, not Nigel, the other one, Stewie. Stewie being like, yeah, I actually cared about all our adventures and, the hijinks and rivalry we had. And Sydney's like, yeah, whatever. Who cares?
You said that in the podcast, and
You
we
sucked.
disagreed with
She treated Stewie like such a lower. And he's like, oh, we're equal matched of one another. And she goes, who cares?
Still don't know if I agree with that assessment of the scene, but I do agree Stewie valued their relationship more than she did. I'll agree with that. All right. How are you guys feeling about a segment?
Yeah, sweet. I know I'm not running it this time.
That would be correct. I am spearheading this one. The new segment. Critics hear a what? I know, it's very, very creative. That's stupid or cheesy at all.
You just like putting the name critics in whatever it is.
I want to work
critics,
them into movies or shows titles. Yeah, I want to make them fit, even if they don't fit very well. So the objective of this segment, it's a description game. So critics hear a blank. And this one, it's going to be critics hear a poster. So there's going to be 5 levels of difficulty. The earlier you solve the poster, the more points you get. We'll have 4 rounds. I don't know how long this will be, so we'll see how it goes. And
this is like the Disney, or not. It doesn't have to be Disney, but like Seen It with the Who Am I's, and it gives you the 4 descriptions of who it is.
yeah, I guess it is. I didn't think of it that way, but yeah. Yeah, so it'll be about posters. If anyone wants to take this in the future, or myself, it can be about characters, whatever. Just it's a description game.
Okay. Are we playing at the same time, or is it one round all writer,
Yeah,
one round all me?
that's so. There's 4 rounds to make it fair, uh, and you guys will be taking turns within. So the first clue, let's say Sprinks goes, then Ryder goes if Sprinks doesn't get it. The next the next one, it will be Ryder, then Sprinks, then back and forth, back and forth.
But do the clues
Obviously,
get
because there's
easier?
5. Yeah, the further it goes, the easier it should be for you guys to solve it.
Oh, well, then I feel like we should just each get a guess, though, then. Because otherwise, on the next
you
person's
each get
turn,
a guess
it's
per
easier.
level. You each get a guess per
Okay.
level.
Okay.
Just one goes first.
I see.
But then it's swapped. That's why there's 4 of them, so it's fair. And we'll see how it goes.
Okay. I think I get it. And
Yeah.
are there points
So,
involved?
yes. So the earlier you guess it correctly, and you only get 1 guess per difficulty level, you get more points. So if you guess it on the first hint, that's 5 points. Second, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So you're telling me there's a chance someone can run away with 20 points this segment?
No, it's whichever of you has the most by the end of these 4 gets a point.
Yeah, but if one person gets it on the 5th well, that's impossible. Well, no, because it would swap to the other. If someone gets it on the 5th every single time for all of them, wouldn't that be 5 for all 4 rounds?
You win this segment, therefore you get 1 point for the totals.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I see. It's a
the points are for this segment.
For the segment, yeah. Whoever's the winner at the end gets 1 point. Got it.
Correct.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, I don't want to devalue every single game we've ever played.
Crimson's got 4 points, Sprinks has got 2 points, and Ryder's got 25 points.
Finally surpassing Sinister.
Yeah. That's not gonna
happen. So there's a common playing field here. These are posters from LetterBox. Obviously, you guys aren't allowed to look at that. And this is only for movies, no TV shows.
Okay.
So
is it
narrowing it down
anything
for you guys.
Or only what we've covered?
It's what we've covered.
Okay. Movies of what we've covered from LetterBox posters. Got it.
You are allowed to look at our catalog on YouTube. That's allowed.
That seems unsportsmanlike.
Whatever you want to restrict yourself to, that's fine. But that's allowed. No letterbox. All right. Level 1 is going to be, I'm going to describe the colors, the primary colors of the poster. Level 2 is the orientation of the title, and I'll get into it when we do it. Level 3 is characters involved, so how many there are, male, female, all that. Level 4, I'm just going to describe the poster, what's happening. Level 5, if we get to level 5, you guys get to ask a question, and I'll have to answer it regarding the poster. And if you guys can't solve it by then no points for that one.
Hey, Ryder, best of luck. Good? I think I'm going to suck at this.
So am I. Don't you worry. All right.
All right. First poster, we're going to start with Sprinks for this one, and then Ryder will get a chance. Level 1 question for colors: turquoise and red orange.
Turquoise and red orange for a poster of something we've covered.
I look up colors because turquoise is coming to my head.
Well, one poster immediately comes to mind with turquoise, but there's no red orange in it. Both? And I know one with red orange, but no turquoise whatsoever. So a combo of the two in a poster, but it's a letterbox poster, so that doesn't mean it has to identify with what we have. Oh, crap.
Yep. This is going to get This is gonna be rough.
I'm going through my head because I'm not looking it up.
I'm
I'm
looking up
gonna
the
go
color.
with Real Shot in the Dark, Nutcracker in the Four Realms.
Incorrect. Ryder, you get a chance to say one now.
It's turquoise and red on the poster.
Red orange.
Red orange on the
Like a
poster, and
burnt
that's
red.
it.
And these are my guesstimates on the colors. They're close. I didn't do a color picker to tell me what the names of the colors are.
I mean, the combo of the two has helped ruling things out.
I am gonna go with Velma.
Nope. Level 2. Guess we'll start with Ryder.
But
regarding the title.
Movies only. Remember, no shows.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, right. That's me being dumb. Never mind.
That's fine. On to level 2. It's been said. Good catch. Thanks.
I'm just helping him out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that still counts as his guess. So.
Yeah. The level 2 is regarding the title, and I'll be describing its orientation. It is in the center on the bottom third of the poster, and the lettering is turquoise.
Lettering's turquoise. Can I ask a clarification question?
Sure.
Is there more turquoise in the poster besides just the lettering of the title?
Yes.
Okay. And does this start with Ryder to go first or back to me?
Yeah, right. Ryder goes first since you went first on the previous.
Okay.
Turquoise or a light blue. Very similar.
Yeah. And it's in the bottom of the. It's in the bottom of the orientation.
Gosh.
But it's the posters. The poster is still red orange. The title. No, sorry. You said the title is red orange.
The title is a turquoise. The overall predominant colors are an orange, red, and a turquoise.
Okay. The titles are in red. Can't be Avatar.
I mean, I don't know. There's blue in there.
Yes, but why would there be red in that poster? Shoot.
Oh. I think I got it.
He thinks he has.
Yeah. The red orange is the hardest part, but I think I got it.
Well, we still got Ryder.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I can sort of see a version of this that works. Christmas with the Cranks?
No.
All right.
Is it Mars Needs Moms?
No, but I like where your head was at.
Drat.
On to level 3, which is characters. There are 4 characters on the cover of the poster. 3 male and 1 female.
What the hell?
And Sprinks would be going first.
Yeah. Turquoise title. 4 characters. 3 guys, 1 girl. Which means they're probably the main.
Movie we've covered. Guesstimate, I guess.
There's a lot of people for things that don't line up in my head. Oh crap! I blanked on a whole season. Is it anything to do with that? No, that's red. There's no girls in that one.
Well, it's not the pilot season.
I'm literally going through my head. Oh crud! It's not any of those. That's a single person in that one. So it's not that season. That season, turquoise. I'm looking for turquoise in my head. I don't think any of those have turquoise, do they? No. There's yellows. Oh, I sound like a madman, but I need to talk.
Put a real
it's
thinker
just dead
in there,
space.
Huh?
Oh crud!
Yes, film the dead space.
I am. I'm giving my thoughts without. I don't want to give too many hints to Ryder to help him out, but I'm also giving him thinking time on his own. Ah, crud! Gosh, the burnt orange sucks. Like this red. It's not a show.
It really does.
So many choices out there.
Well, I have so many ideas that have that reddish orange in it, but there's no turquoise whatsoever. No, that's not reddish orange.
Maybe for future games, I need to implement a time limit.
You probably do. There's
There's
not a
4
lot of time
rounds
to
of
think.
this.
If I was able to look at our category or our listing, that would help. But I'm not. I'm just going off of memory. I know that's not right. Thing is, like, I have so many ideas, but I know they're not right. So I'm trying to actually find a definitive guess that would work. Turquoise, reddish orange. Title, turquoise title, bottom lower red, third. 4 people in it.
3 male, 1 female.
3 male, 1 female. Golly, it could be a different poster than what I'm envisioning. I'm gonna guess Weathering with You.
Incorrect. Writer. You had a lot of time to think about it.
I did, and none of it helped. I assure you. Oh
crap! Is that turquoise?
No. It's the combination of it that's really getting to me here.
Man, imagine if I picked some difficult posters.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured posters would be hard because we don't really focus on them. So.
Okay. I'm gonna ask again. The title is the red orange. The title itself.
The title is turquoise.
The title is turquoise. Okay.
There's also turquoise within the image, so they're their own color scheme.
I keep forgetting that. But it's predominantly reddish orange, but the title itself is turquoise.
Yes,
the predominant colors
has
are
turquoise,
reddish, orange, and turquoise.
Turquoise is the title color, which is at the bottom third
center.
Yeah, and there's 2 guys and 1 girl in the poster.
3 guys, 1 girl.
And it's not anything we've already said. So.
Shoot. I think
I have my next guess.
What's great is any of these guesses can go for the later rounds too.
Yeah.
3 guys, 1 girl. I am trying to rule out a plethora of things, and none of it's helping.
No help whatsoever, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
I will think that round 4, level 4, will probably result in an answer. From
I would hope so. Okay. Oh. Title itself is turquoise. All right. Princess Bride?
Nope.
Okay.
All right. Level 4, starting with writer. This will just be a description of the poster, what I am looking at. So, we have these 4 characters interlocked with each other in the middle of the poster. Behind them, split between 2 colors, one being orange-red, one being turquoise, is a city. 2 of the characters are holding guns, while the other 2 are just standing there. And that's all I can really describe from this.
Well, that got rid of my guess that I had.
That did not help at all.
That added so much more confusion.
Give me the description one more time.
We have the 4 characters like overlapping each other, kind of like uh, I don't know, like a lot of modern movie posters. Just the characters are the central focus.
Mhm.
Overlapped in the middle. In the back is a city. Half is the orangey red. Half is the turquoise. Two of the characters have guns.
Oh man, Blade Runner.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Springs.
He was on the right track with what I was thinking. Blade Runner 2049.
That would be correct. Sprinks has 2 points.
This is way more harder than you think. Also, I would not
Really?
call that title a turquoise.
I
I
I
think
said
it's way
turquoise or
darker.
lightish blue.
But yeah,
We
you
got
said
2 points.
turquoise, and I'm thinking Belle. I'm thinking Weathering with You. I'm thinking Living with Yourself. But
Yeah. Again, it's the letterbox ones, so I wouldn't know.
yeah.
All right.
Oh,
On to the second one.
with writer start, I guess.
And we'll start with the colors, as I said, being level 1. The predominant colors being white, a blue-gray, and sunflower yellow.
White, a blue, gray, and sunflower yellow.
And these are the predominant colors, not the only colors, just the predominant ones.
Uh, white, a blue, gray, and a summer yellow. Okay. I am gonna guess firstly on Slumberland.
Ooh, no,
Ooh, fascinating guess.
the the movie I
Thanks.
always forget we covered.
I am gonna go with Weathering with You.
No.
Right.
All right. Level 2 being the title. It is uh, the same orientation. Oh, never mind. It's not the same orientation. Center, top third. And it is a red color. I see it more of as a red clay color, personally.
Center, top third, gray, blue, and the titles are red.
We have white, blue gray color, sunflower yellow, and then center top third title with a reddish color. I'm saying red clay. And this would be a spring start.
Yeah, I feel disadvantaged with OBS. Can you give it one more time?
We have the predominant colors being white, blue gray,
Sunshine yellow.
sunflower yellow.
Sunflower yellow.
Okay. Yeah, sunflower yellow. And the title is center top third with a red clay color.
Oh.
Red clay is my best guess. Like I said, I didn't use a color pick.
Just to make it a little faster, so I'm not thinking of everything in my head, I'm gonna go with the first thing that popped in. All Quiet on the Western Front.
No. I see where you're going with the color there. Rider?
Yeah, I'm trying to mix in the gray aspect more, you know?
Blue gray.
Blue gray, sorry. I'm gonna go with Brain Dead.
No. No. On to round 3. Characters. There are 2 characters here. One male, one female. The writer starts this
And there's nothing else to go on that, just the characters that are
Oh.
there.
one. Spring says, oh.
I have a
I am gonna go with 5 feet apart.
Congratulations, you got 3
Shit.
points. Is that what you were going for,
Yes.
Ranks?
Yes.
Sorry, I heard the
Yeah.
two people and I'm
Yeah, they're
like,
standing opposite ends of each other. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep, that was gonna be my description. It was gonna give it away pretty much for me. Nice. Sorry, that was way faster than Blade Runner. Beautiful. All right. Sprinks, you will be starting. Level 1. The colors are a blood red, orange, and black. I couldn't really describe the orange. It's like a bright orange.
So colors one more time. So blood red, orange, and black. You said.
Black. Yeah. Those would be the predominant colors. If you count black as a color. Because then you got all those colored crazies out there. It's a shade. It's a
It's a
shade.
shade.
You said white on the previous one. That's a tint.
Let's go with Halloween Town 2 Calabar's Revenge.
Not bad. There is orange in there. No. No, though. Ryder?
I'll go with the changeling.
All right. Got some points on that one. 5 points to Ryder.
Bullshit. What?
Yeah. That was the changeling.
I was thinking of the dark glow wheelchair kind of look.
Yeah. That is it. And to spare some time, mathematically, Ryder just wins because Springs can't catch up.
Cool.
Do we still want to do the fourth one or just
save it
announce
for
the
another
winner?
time.
All right. Ryder gets a point.
Oh my god, I got a point, guys.
Look at that.
It only took a very absurd game.
Point totals are now Ryder at a 3, Crimson a 5, Sinister at a 2, Sprinks at a 3.
There you go. Maybe that can be a bit more streamlined going forward with a time limit.
uh, how did you guys feel about this season, by the way, since we're here? Still questioning our
I
lives.
I enjoyed it being a TV show guy. I've seen a lot of TV shows in my life. Doing a pilot season was fun. I did have alternative picks that I could have chosen, but I adhered to these. The 3 I chose, obviously.
Lengthier. It was a lengthier season.
It is true. It was a lengthier season. I did have a lot of fun though. A lot of variety.
Yeah, quite a bit of variety. Not from mine, but as a whole.
No, all trios, I think, have variety in their own to stand out. Mm-hmm. So overarching as all 9 collectively is very vastly different.
Indeed.
But there are some connections as well. Like there's 3 animated ones. There's 2 CWs. I guess there's 2 cop one. Well, 3 cops, I guess.
Got 2 horror air quotes. Friday the 13th and Stan kind of. One's a parody, one is not. Yeah, some pretty decent variety.
Yeah.
How are you guys feeling with Critics on Critics?
Oh, classic.
Oh yeah, of course. I like Critics on Critics.
It's a staple of the podcast now. It's like, well, why do we even watch the other podcasts? We're just here for Critics on Critics.
Yeah, we're here to just dunk on other people's opinions, just as they have the opportunity to dunk on us.
Well,
or praise them.
Dunk us. Do it.
Do it. Do it now.
I mean, it's not entirely just dunking.
No, it's
no,
not.
We have some. We actually surprisingly, we actually do get some pretty insightful comments on that we
Thank
find.
you. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll dive in. Since these were TV shows and pilots, nonetheless, it was a little bit difficult to find variety of them. A lot of them only had like 2 or 3 comments to them, so I couldn't get much. First one being, and I did not get one for every single pilot.
Yeah, I imagine so.
That's 9. That's a lot.
Besides, Lady Phoenix gave us one for Friday the 13th, so
That's true. We'll go with Relic Hunter. This being on IMDb, a 10 out of 10. Which there was only 3 reviews, all being 10 out of 10s, so I couldn't really pick
good
and choose
grief.
much. Yeah. Nice was the title. Comment reading: good TV series, loved since from my childhood. Memory recalling. Smiley face emoji. Yeah.
All right, never mind. I take
Not
it
much of
back.
a review.
Yeah, there's a lot of nostalgia attached, but never mind. I don't have anything hostile to say. You have fun, sir.
Yes, enjoy your childhood films and memory recalling. Sure.
Enjoy it before they ruin it.
Oh, and that was by Danuke 8. I have to state their name. I imagine you don't have much to add to that, Sprinks. It's a very simple comment.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. We will jump to Frieren on Rotten Tomatoes. And I was actively hunting for some Rotten Tomatoes, and I found one.
Found
one Rotten by Jeff M. A half star, so 1 out of 10. Awful writing, but I guess it's hard to write a 1,000-year-old main character. The whole premise is terrible, that we're coming into her story now where she's finally having feelings for the lowly mortals around her. I actually hate the desire her as she, I actually hate and despise, not despise her as she has wasted in the first episode, 50 years after spending 10 years with her dear comrades in arms. And she blows them off for 50 years. The character is heartless and the story is trash. Think about Gandalf, Lord of the Rings movies, for the moment and how he loved and enjoyed life, sharing and cherishing it with his dear friends and comrades in arms. Man, I'm terrible reading today. I think these two characters are good comparison as they are both uber powerful, immortal mages. One is likable and the other is repulsive. That's the comment by Jeff M.
Well done, Jeff M. You're a fucking idiot. You missed they missed the point of Freeman's character, so I can't really help him with that. I'd agree that Gandalf and Freeman are different characters. Greg. They've accurately stated the point.
First statement: awful writing, but I guess that's hard to write a 1,000-year-old main character.
Yeah,
I didn't really see awful writing.
What was this commenter's name or critic's name?
Jeff M.
Jeff M. Hey, Jeff M. Your point's valid. I see where you stand.
You want to dive into that, Springs?
The understanding of starting a show not at the point of human connection, of this 10 years of merit, of this adventuring that we get hinted at and know of, but not too much shown, to go with the character of Frian, doesn't fully the main line of her saying merely 10 years shows her value of time and expression through that with the human understanding, which I'm assuming this Jeff character is human, and understanding from that side of it more connection to Himmel of how time works on that end. And the realization of that at the funeral is when she finally clicks where it could have been clicked earlier on with a human connection of, if Hyder's human, I'm guessing he's human, but his age is different. But 2 human companions in a party could have definitely been touched on within 10 years. And he's saying over the 50 years of not getting back at, she doesn't realize that till 5 times the amount of their one adventure of 10 finally hits her with the value of a human life. Um, so I can understand Jeff's complete, um, not misunderstanding, but point of his uh, thought process on how it affects him of how the show handled that of being a negative situation.
There you go. Want to throw it out there. I've never invalidated anybody's reviews. I critique them. Everyone's valid in their own ways.
I'm a gatekeeper. I'll invalidate critiques if they're dumb.
All right, we will move on to. We'll go to the Flash. All right, this is on IMDb. 7 out of 10 by Ben MCQ. Title: I'm a missed opportunity. I feel the pilot is always a chance to grab people who aren't from the comics or other DC shows' attention and get them hooked. There should be a comma somewhere in there. But they failed to do so here. No glaring issues, but no moments where you think to yourself, I found my next show to sink my teeth into. I'll be watching the whole show because I've come across from Arrow, but if this was my first DC show, I think the next episode would have to step it up. So they only stuck it through because they saw Arrow and not the actual Flash.
That's
With the Arrowverse, that makes sense. I feel like there's a lot of like heroes you would connect to of the one, and you're like, I really like this one, but the stories interlock with one another, which would lean you into visiting the other shows and seeing where they go.
Yeah, that's one of the predominant reasons a lot of people ended up watching Supergirl is because the Flash had a crossover episode with her. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I don't find anything strictly wrong inherently with that because it can be hard to track between shows sometimes, and I do think the Flash, at least the pilot in writing, is inferior to Arrow's pilot, and there is a level of that. It feels like more of a letdown than in comparison to Arrow specifically.
Coming
Yeah,
from a
they said
fan
this
of
was a.
Arrow, it's definitely Arrow is definitely more a little darker and grittier feel than Flash. So not even like
Yeah, they.
connecting the two in a universe of difference between the two styles of shows can definitely be off-putting.
Yeah, I can see that. Their comment where this was a chance to grab people who aren't from the comics or DC shows. I feel like the Flash didn't lean heavy into the comics or Arrow, other than introducing Arrow in here. I feel like it
Um,
was pretty standalone without having to do much
I think the
homework
bad guys are pretty
outside.
comic-y.
yeah,
More than
they
most of
reference the comics for sure though, like with the Gorilla Grodd cage and everything else. So I think there is a lot of stuff there to introduce people to the comic book world slowly. It's just not uh,
Well, they're
at the
complaining
forefront.
that the show was too focused on comic book fans and DC show fans, and not new people. They said this was a chance to grab normal people, and that they failed.
Yeah, Ben,
And I
to the critiker, I don't agree fully with that. I agree with the side stuff of the show feels comic booky. The main focus on Barry Allen, I think, is very fitting for an introduction for someone
yeah,
who's not a fan or knowledgeable of comics.
we will jump into Stand Against Evil on Rotten Tomatoes because there was no reviews on IMDb for the pilot. This reviewer did not leave a name, so I just have their rating of 2.5 stars, so 5 out of 10. Ash vs. Dead new TV series copy paste. It's not as good as Ash, but it's not the worst show ever. It's too hard to watch this lazy copy. You couldn't even give the main character his own mannerism. You copied everything: his jokes, his outlook on life, his in-your-face bluntness. Yeah, that's written poorly. Hard pass. So it's just a bad imitation of Ash vs. Evil Dead. They didn't really critique the episode by itself too much, other than that.
I mean, I agree with the statement. I
Ditto.
just
I mean, I've touched on it. it's got the tone of Evil Dead, but it's not portrayed the same likeness.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I would disagree with, I do feel like Stan has different mannerisms than Ash, but everything else, yeah, like
Where they're also
this is kind of
commenting
a lazier copy.
on the parallel of Ash versus Evil Dead, and not Evil Dead movies.
Yes.
So that
Yeah.
older version of Ash.
Mm-hmm. And that one's certainly closer to Stan Against Evil. All right, and the last one I'll be going for is Owl House on IMDb, an 8 out of 10 by, I don't know if I could say this name, Paleo Gurgargo?
Paleo, got it.
Paleo Gurgado, with the title "A Great Start." A lovely start. They already started their sentence wrong. A lovely start that establishes the characters who will accompany us on most episodes and their personalities. It also shows us the great world of Boiling Island and its dangers. A great start to a great series. So it sounds like they saw the series and not just the pilot.
Well, the beginning of that.
It is a start to a series.
The beginning of the critique sounded fine. The point of touching on Boiling Islands is very minorly touched on in the pilot.
Yes, it is.
The second half, I don't agree with. That it's a great start of covering it when there's nothing.
Yeah. All right. Well, like I said, I could not fish for much stuff.
No worries.
Pilots. So there you go. Critics on critics.
Thank you.
Not too many controversial finds.
Thank you to all those who gave their critiques, even though it was not directed to us, but we found you.
Posted it out into the ether, and we grabbed them up.
I mean, they're on public forums, so I mean, you know.
Let's see what else we got. We have the Sinistro Wheel was a huge success last season. I'm assuming because no one said anything about it, so I'm good with continuing the Sinistro Wheel.
Assuming from audience, assuming from us.
Plus, well, you guys haven't said anything. The audience hasn't said anything. So onward with the wheel.
Give it a big old spin.
Give it a whirl.
It's whirling. It's twirling.
Fingers crossed it's not adventure again.
It is landed on Tailored to Sprinks.
Ah. That. All right. Question to you guys. Do you think he'll tailor it in a good or a bad way?
Don't know. But it's directed at me.
Yeah.
Guess we'll see.
I'm excited for that. Okay. And well, Sprinks, we probably wouldn't have you host that one since it's tailored to you.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah. We'll see what our lineup looks like.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I guess, do we have any last questions? Because we're kind of veering off towards the end here.
No, I think did I fill out my note card? I did. I had everything written down. I'm good.
Sprinks?
I think we've touched on everything. No, I think that's it, I guess. Hey, next season will not be a tailored one because we just did the pilot season, so it'll be a normal random assortment season.
Yes,
personal pick stuff.
Well then, shall I read us out, gentlemen?
Yes, please.
I think so.
All right, audience. Thank you for listening, whether it be Spotify, Anchor, Amazon, Castbox, Google Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Samsung, and iHeartRadio. And if you're on our visual side of things, be it YouTube or Rumble, thank you for listening and watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe everywhere. Tell us how much you hate our opinions or how much you love them. As always, I have been a geeky writer.
I'm Crimson Maroon.
And I'm Sprinks.
And we will catch you next time. Later, everybody.
Bye.
Toodaloo.